Hello lovely viewers, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel, your top destination for the most explosive CBS soap updates. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and give this video a huge thumbs up. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, few moments are as emotionally explosive or as morally complex as what just went down. Following a harrowing shooting incident that left fans gasping and characters forever changed, Steffy made a choice that could alter her family's destiny. In a move no one saw coming, not Finn, not Ridge, not Brooke, not even Sheila herself, Steffy brought her son Hayes to see his biological grandmother, Sheila Carter. Yes, the woman who once shot his father and left Steffy for dead. What's going on? Why would Steffy do this? And what does this mean for the future of the Forrester, Finnegan, and Carter bloodlines? The shooting that shook Los Angeles collision pistol. It started with chaos. A scuffle at Il Giardino. Shouting. A gun. 3 people were shot, including Liam Spencer, caught in the crossfire. But the bullet that grazed Sheila? That one came with the most emotional aftermath of all. Steffy was there. She saw the terror in Sheila's eyes. And for the first time in a long time, she saw not a monster, but a mother. A grandmother. Steffy's conflicted heart read heartbroken heart. After the dust settled and Sheila was rushed to the hospital, sedated and guarded, Steffy couldn't shake the look in her eyes. Flashbacks flooded her, the night she and Finn were gunned down, Sheila's betrayal, the trauma, but also Hayes. Her son. Finn's son. Sheila's grandson. In a late-night whisper to Taylor, Steffy uttered the unthinkable. Maybe, he deserves to know who she is, just enough to understand. Finn's fury fire. When Finn heard Steffy was even considering letting Sheila see Hayes, his blood boiled. Are you out of your mind? He growled. She nearly killed us both. But as always, Steffy's resolve was unshakable. She wasn't doing this for Sheila. She was doing it for closure, for Hayes. I'm doing what I think is right, even if it hurts, she said, echoing her mother Taylor's past sacrifices. The hospital visit police car light DNA. Security was tight. Sheila was in a guarded recovery room with armed officers and cuffs on her wrists. She looked pale. Vulnerable. Human. And then, the door opened. In walked Steffy, and behind her, Hayes. Sheila's eyes welled with tears. Hayes, she choked. Is that really, my grandson? It was a moment that stopped time. No dramatic music. No monologue. Just a stunned silence, as generations clashed under the weight of legacy and sin. Son, she's your grandma, face screaming in fear broken heart old woman. Hayes, clutching a stuffed giraffe, stared up at the woman in the hospital bed. He didn't recognize her. But he felt something. Who is that? He asked. Steffy kneeled beside him. Her voice cracked. Son, she's your grandma. Those words exploded across the fandom. Twitter lit up. Reddit servers nearly crashed. Steffy, what are you doing? Fans cried. But she didn't waver. This was her truth. Sheila's tears of regret loudly crying face drop of blood. Sheila had waited decades to be called grandma. Not by Finn. Not by Hayes. But by anyone who'd allow her the dignity of that title. Her voice trembled. I've done horrible things, she whispered to Hayes, too young to understand. But I've never stopped loving your daddy. And you are the light I never thought I'd see. Brooke's outrage police car light bomb. Word got back to Brooke Logan, and the blonde bombshell was livid. Has Steffy lost her mind? You don't let a sociopath near your child. She stormed into Ridge's office demanding answers, and got none. Ridge was just as blindsided. But deep down, he understood something had shifted in Steffy. Something Brooke might never fully grasp. The family divide balance scale broken heart. Steffy's decision created a rift. Eric, shocked. Thomas, curious. Taylor, surprisingly supportive. And Finn? Furious but paralyzed. He didn't know whether to comfort Steffy or scream at her. But one thing was certain, their marriage would never be the same again. The media explodes television newspaper. Il Giardino leaked security footage of Sheila's crying reunion with Hayes. The press spun it like wildfire. Redeemed or dangerous? Headlines screamed. Paparazzi swarmed Steffy's house. Liam, recovering, had questions. Wyatt was shocked. Bill Spencer? Plotting. Sheila makes a plea, folded hands. I want to be better, Sheila begged through tears. Let me earn it. Let me at least try to know my grandson. Even if from a distance. Finn listened. Silent. Torn. He remembered the woman who delivered him. Raised him. Betrayed him. And saved him, that one time, when it mattered. Ridge makes a decision, magnifying glass tilted left. Ridge called Chief Baker. If Sheila crosses one line, I want her buried under the jail. He warned Steffy too, you better be right about this, or you're putting Hayes in danger. The future of Hayes' crystal ball baby bottle. What kind of future awaits a boy whose grandmother is Sheila Carter? Will he grow up haunted by her sins? Or will this meeting, this single spark of connection, be the thread that breaks the cycle of violence? Lee and Jack return collision, family man woman boy. Hayes' visit sets off alarms across LA. Lee Finnegan returns, furious that Sheila was allowed near Hayes. Jack? Quiet, reserved, but possibly hiding a secret of his own. Is there more Sheila DNA in this family than anyone knows? Deacon enters the chat wineglass. Deacon visits Sheila after the news breaks. He's conflicted. He still loves her, maybe. But he also loves his freedom. And his daughter. He warns Sheila, don't screw this up. You've been given a miracle. Act like it. A final twist? DNA package. A mysterious envelope arrives at Forrester Creations. DNA results? A will? A threat? The label says only, to Hayes, when he's old enough to understand. Inside, a photo of Sheila as a young girl. And a letter that begins. Dear Hayes, I know one day you'll wonder who I was. The Bold and the Beautiful has once again delivered a moment that will echo for years, a moment that forces us all to ask. Can people change? Can trauma heal? And is there ever a right time to tell a child that their grandmother is a living legend, and a living nightmare? As Steffy whispered to herself while watching Hayes sleep that night. I don't know if I did the right thing. But I know I did something real. Luna yells at Sheila at the beach school that she is not the problem, Steffy is. Sheila tells her this isn't the way to make Steffy see her perspective. You need to calm down. Luna rants about Steffy being judgmental and unforgiving. All their dreams of being a family with Finn would come true if only Steffy would go away. Luna sniffs that Steffy makes us go to these extremes. They don't want to, but it's not like they can ask Finn out for coffee. She insists to Sheila, it doesn't have to be this way. Sheila informs her granddaughter that this is excessive. You need to put the gun down, now. Lee's surprising opinion. In Finn's office, he and Lee discuss Steffy's text about having to go to the beach school. He then complains about getting swamped with calls from Sheila. Lee warns him not to respond, even to tell her to back off. Finn won't let her back in, she's wasting her time. Lee complains about Sheila being the worst mother in the world along with her sister, Penelope. Lee B&B. Discussing Poppy and Luna, Lee tells Finn he's not responsible for how his daughter turned out. It makes her ill what her sister did, crossing the line like that with her son. They go over her keeping her pregnancy from him. Lee feels she was sick and it's no wonder Luna turned into a monster. Finn recaps that she's done horrible, unforgivable things. He has to protect Steffy and the kids from her, but he can't help feeling if he could have protected Luna, it would have made a difference. Lee says this is on Poppy. Finn can't shake the feeling he could have changed things if he'd been given the chance to be her father. Finn B&B. Finn wonders who he might have become if he was raised by Sheila. He's grateful he was Lee's son. She made him the man that he's become. He's not excusing Luna from anything she's done, but she's his daughter and her granddaughter. It's upsetting and problematic, but it's the truth. Lee admits she has some pity for Luna, but they can't change the past. Speaking of the past, review Luna's bonkers history here. They agree she's a criminal and can't be anywhere near Finn's family. He still wonders about it. Lee has no doubt Luna would have been different if she wasn't raised by Poppy. Lee hasn't forgotten what Luna was like as a little girl. She loved spending time with family. She looked up to Finn. He says she needed her father. Lee snorts, all of this is on Penelope. Luna was once a hopeful girl, but her life was ruined by her depraved mother. Ridge calls Baker. At the Cliff House, Taylor is telling Ridge about Sheila stopping by when Electra and will come in looking for Steffy. Taylor says she had to go see Hayes' teacher. Electra asks if something is wrong. Taylor hopes not. She explains about the fortune teller sent home with Hayes that was made by Miss Sunshine. Ridge Taylor B&B. Ridge, Taylor, Will and Electra continue discussing the disturbing fortune teller. Ridge asks how long Steffy's been gone. Taylor wonders if she lost track of time talking to the teacher. Given that Miss Sunshine has been interacting with the children without the parents' knowledge, Electra is unsure of her identity. Ridge grunts that Steffy has to follow her gut and complains that Luna's still out there and has been hooking up with her grandmother. Taylor tells them about Sheila's warning about her granddaughter. Ridge wants to tell Baker about the visit. They have to protect this family. Sheila tries to stop Luna. At the beach school, Luna tells Sheila that Steffy would call the cops if not for the gun. Sheila wants her to put it down. Steffy rants about Luna's psychopathic behavior toward her child. She would never harm Hayes, who Luna claims is her half-brother. Sheila asks how Steffy is supposed to believe that when she's standing there with a gun. Luna complains that Finn is her blood and she's going to have a place in his life. No one is ever going to stop that from happening. See everyone in their family tree here. Luna B&B. Steffy complains about Luna being threatening. Luna rants about Finn and Hayes being her blood. Sheila intervenes again. Luna can't understand why they're acting like she's asking for something unreasonable. She just wants to be seen and acknowledged of being worthy of her father's love. Sheila says you can't do that with a gun. Believe me, I know. Maybe one day she'll be accepted, but today is not that day. Luna screams, I've waited long enough. She cries that she didn't bring Steffy there to kill her. She's not that person anymore. Finn wants a relationship with her and they could have it if Steffy wouldn't make him choose. If they could all forget about her past, her dad could be a part of her future. Steffy B&B. At the Cliff House, Will asks if the police have checked on Steffy yet. Ridge isn't sure, but they'll find out. Will's sorry the sting didn't work out. Taylor and Ridge think it must have been terrifying for Will and thank him for what he did for their family. Electra will crew Taylor Ridge B&B. At the beach school, Luna cries about her childhood. Sheila tells her she has the past to create her own future. Don't mess it up, she warns. Luna wants a future with her father. When he told her and held her, it was the first time she felt loved. Steffy asks what she thinks Finn would think of her tying up the teacher and holding her at gunpoint. Luna says he's a forgiving man. She rants to Sheila about the life they could have if Steffy wasn't around. Sheila intones, stop this. Luna, you have got to stop threatening her. Are any other people surprised to hear this from Sheila Carter? Considering her long rap sheet, wow. Luna insists she's not. Steffy says if she's not going to hurt her, then she can leave. She will locate Miss Dillon, remove her from the situation, and then she will contact the police. We're done. You're not going to be part of Finn's life. She turns but Luna aims the gun, not so fast. Sheila runs over, protesting, and wrestles her granddaughter for the gun. Suddenly, it goes off. Luna's eyes widen. The California coast was serene as the sun kissed the sands outside the quiet beach school, but inside those pastel-painted walls, chaos brewed. What was supposed to be a normal school meeting turned into one of the bold and the beautiful's most heart-pounding, emotionally explosive, and dangerously unpredictable showdowns in the soap's 38-year history. Luna Nozawa, once the bright-eyed and promising daughter of Poppy, has now spiraled into a dark, desperate, and armed version of herself, raging with heartbreak and rejection, obsessed with her biological father, Dr. John Finn Finnegan, and fueled by years of parental secrecy and emotional neglect. Her target? Steffy Forrester. Her ally? Unbelievably, Sheila Carter. But even Sheila, the queen of chaos, the poster child of villainy, is saying what none of us expected to hear: put the gun down, Luna. She's not the problem. Steffy is. Inside the quiet beach school classroom, Sheila Carter stood stunned, watching her granddaughter unravel. You need to calm down, Sheila pleaded, eyes flicking toward the loaded gun in Luna's trembling hand. But Luna was beyond reason. This isn't the way to make Steffy see your perspective, Sheila added cautiously, a line so ironic it would have made every long-time BNB viewer drop their glass of rose. Sheila giving psychological advice? But Luna wasn't listening. Steffy is judgmental. Luna shrieked, tears streaming down her cheeks. Unforgiving. If she'd just go away, we could finally be a family. Me. Dad. Hayes. You. The sentence hit Sheila in the chest like a freight train. She knew what Luna meant. And she knew how dangerous that mindset could be. Lee's verdict: Luna is a monster, Poppy made her one. Elsewhere, at the hospital, Finn sat across from Lee, trying to untangle his thoughts as he shared a heartbreaking confession. She's my daughter, and I failed her before I even got the chance. Lee, never one to sugarcoat, shook her head firmly. Don't do this to yourself, John. This is on Poppy. She kept Luna from you. She poisoned her. Lee then dropped the bombshell: I knew Luna would turn into this. I saw the signs. The obsession. The manipulation. She's not who you remember. She's a monster now. But Finn's conflict deepened. Maybe if I had been there, maybe if I had raised her, none of this would be happening. Lee's answer was cold but resolute: Sheila gave you DNA. I gave you values. You're my son. And monsters are made by their mothers. Ridge alerts the police, the clock is ticking. Back at the Cliff House, Ridge, Taylor, Electra, and Will were growing increasingly concerned. Steffy had been gone far too long. Hayes' teacher had sent home a strange fortune-teller toy. And Miss Sunshine was interacting with kids without parental approval. Ridge slammed his hand on the table. Sheila's behind this. I'm calling Chief Baker. Taylor nodded. And Luna's out there too. She's dangerous. Electra's voice trembled. What if Steffy walked into a trap? They didn't know it yet, but Steffy had. You need to put the gun down. Now. Back at the beach school, Luna clutched the gun tighter as Steffy stood her ground. You think I'd hurt Hayes? Luna cried. He's my brother. I love him. But look at yourself. Steffy shouted. You tied up his teacher. You're waving a gun around. You are dangerous. Luna's voice cracked. I just want to be seen. I want to be loved. Sheila stepped in again, more forcefully this time. You can't do this with a gun, Luna. Believe me, I know. Her voice trembled with rare empathy. But Luna was spiraling fast. I didn't bring Steffy here to kill her. Luna screamed. But if she keeps standing in my way, I don't know what I'll do. The past that broke her. Tears streamed as Luna began to unravel the memories of a broken childhood. She lied to me. My whole life was a lie. Poppy didn't just keep my father from me, she made sure I'd never have a chance to be normal. Steffy, somehow still calm, replied, and now you're proving her right. Luna fell to her knees. When Finn held me, it was the first time I felt anything real. Sheila whispered, you have a future, Luna, but not if you fire that gun. For a brief second, Luna seemed to hear her. Gunfire at the beach school. You're not going to be part of Finn's life, Steffy said, her voice steely. You need to accept that. This is over. As Steffy turned her back to leave, Luna shouted, "Not so fast," and raised the gun. Sheila, running on instinct, lunged toward her granddaughter. The two women struggled. Screams echoed. And then, bang! The gun went off. Silence. Shock. Luna's eyes widened. Who took the bullet? Was it Sheila? Steffy? Luna herself? At the Cliff House, Taylor clutched her phone as it buzzed. Her face went pale. It's the school. Something's happened. Ridge grabbed his keys. But at the beach school, the fallout was already underway. Luna gasped, "I didn't mean to," as Sheila collapsed to the floor, blood pooling beneath her. Finn finds out, and breaks down. Finn's phone rang. One look, and he knew. "Sheila, she's been shot," he whispered. Lee blinked. "Is she?" She tried to stop Luna. She saved Steffy. The irony wasn't lost on either of them. The aftermath, and the unthinkable truth. Sheila was rushed to the hospital. Luna was arrested on the spot. Steffy crumbled into Ridge's arms. Finn stood torn. His mother, his biological mother, had finally done something heroic. But his daughter was now a criminal. She didn't mean to, Finn told Steffy. She was lost. Hurt. She nearly killed me, Steffy replied. Finn's family, his very identity, was now fractured beyond repair. B&B writers promise aftershocks for months. In an exclusive post-episode statement, executive producer Brad Bell confirmed, this storyline isn't wrapping up anytime soon. What Luna did, what Sheila did to stop her, this has shattered the entire show's foundation. Relationships will implode. Secrets will surface. And yes, there will be another death before the year ends. Police car light. What's next on B&B? Sheila's life hangs in the balance. Luna faces trial, and exposure of her darkest secrets. Finn and Steffy may not survive this fracture. Poppy returns to LA to face the wrath of Lee and Ridge. And a shocking DNA twist could rewrite Luna's lineage once again.